back, posted in the act. Got to hit the club, we've been mobbing all day. On some Jono, VIP stats. Look around the club, what do I say? Everybody rocking side to side to the beat. Snapping night fingers, bouncing to the groove. All by themselves, that's the new move. Where I'm from, we like to go dumb. I'm soaking up the game, I'm seeing how it's done. I ain't shorty with the... I said you're good at it, what you do, you and your crew. They even got players and thugs doing it too.
Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Well, right away, they'll change the look. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And space tough to come by there. So get maybe a yard to the 37. You talk about this Rams defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
Second down, Pollard again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down. The Bills at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
He's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Here's Lawrence. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. To throw, it's Milton. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Rams first down.
Here's Milton now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
That's another Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now Milton. He completes this to Walker. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 29, here's 2nd down and 8. Now they'll change things around before the snap. That one complete to the gut. So nothing doing there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Milton. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line.
15 yards. That's another Rams first down. A gain of 15. And a Rams
first carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Milton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Milton. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
The toss right side. Here's Krosky Merritt. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a gain of 6. Moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
On first down, it's Krosky Merritt. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Rams defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And this game, for them, is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some large yardage plays.
It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. Out of the gun, they go with Krosky Merritt. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line. 2nd quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Lawrence. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back of the 29. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tucker. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Lawrence hit him, the ball is free. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Hey, check that. Street.
Following the fumble recovery, Milton. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Rams, first down.
Now they'll shift things around.
Warriors 17, 19 strike, 19 Lions. Big Lions. Go.
Throwing is Milton. Now he's going to step up and run. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
It's a gain of 8.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
18 Bradley, Buffalo 18. Street.
Second and 2. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
19 Tiger. 18, Pioneer.
They'll go to the air here on third and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33.
Cut 19.
First down, Rams.
Cut 7 Pirates. Go, Reed, go.
Back to throw. Milton. Throw out wide to Walker. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
And it's third down.
79 Broncos.
And long.
19 Lions. Check mash. Ready.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man. That's Liggett. Oh, a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. And Audible here to get a new look.
19. Buffalo 18. Warriors 17.
On fourth down, Milton. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Hey, kill.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's got Smith-Njigba. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 32 on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
At the 7-yard line.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line.
Red on red. Hey, Ginger.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Jackson Smith-Njigba, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. That one complete to Liggett. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Walker has it. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Milton. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
18 Rebels, 18, 19 Lions. 7 Pirates, 60 Mavericks.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A quick throw going to be caught by Worthy. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready, ready.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down.
At the 40-yard line.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Open man down the field. That's Ligon. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line.
28 yards. That's good for a Rams first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
To throw, it's Milton. Now he's going to step it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, here's second and 14. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Here's Milton now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Now Milton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
Boy, not deterred from those first two failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe making a two-score game as they've got it first and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's second and 10. Here's Lawrence. That's caught by the big tight end. Dallas got it. Look at the big fella go. Inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dallas got it. 87 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And the Rams, first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Milton. Pass incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Off the play fake. Milton. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for our Rams. First down. A gain of 19 yards.
Operating from the gun. Milton. Under pressure, and down he goes. We're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Operating from the gun. Milton. This one goes underneath to Walker. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. To throw is Milton. They'll get this complete to Worthy. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Now Lawrence. Look at the big man rumble. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 47 yards. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
19 strike, 19 Corey, press all 80. Trap 50, trap 60. 19, 18.
Milton. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Milton. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these.
So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Mustang 79 Broncos. Buffalo 18. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Dragon 60.
They're going to try and throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now they'll audible to something else. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. 32-yard line.
19 tight. Warriors 70.
Operating from the gun. Milton. That's into the hands of Worthy. Now it's a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
79 Broncos. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Throwing is Milton. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Rams first down.
Dragon 60.
First
60
and 10
Maverick.
at the
60
49-yard
Maverick.
line.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Back to throw now on first down. That's complete left side to Worthy. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
70 Timberwolves. Viking and 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready, right?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. Milton. That one complete to the gap. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Oh, they're changing this at the line.
10 for 11. 10 for 11. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Xavier Worthy, 45 yards. And the Rams are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Prater for the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Rams 7.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch. Over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Go.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
13. Go.
Now Lawrence to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now Lawrence. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Now that's a killer because you think you get it absolutely covered, and then he hot puts it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on third, and then the tables turned. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, so take right open.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Go. 13, Luke. Go.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Rams are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Milton. That's caught right side by Worthy. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. Back to throw. Milton. Got a man. It's Brown.
Milton's pass.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
It's a gain. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Milton. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Panther 50. Hawk 70, Hawk 60 Bobcat. Trap 50, trap 70 Ranger.
Off play action. Milton. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Here we go. This is fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And we'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 3rd and 3.
11. Here's the 24. I am gone. 11.
Lawrence will throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
Hey, run!
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Hey, on red. Stop. Go.
Here's Lawrence.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
This is 1st and 10.
Warriors, 17. Let's go.
Here's Milton now to throw.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Here comes 2nd down.
18. Top row, 18. 70 Lions.
To throw, it's Milton.
And this This is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Bills will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
11. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it is strictly for pride.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very